Create Studio Pro latest update review. Hey guys, this is Shan from IncaAcademy.com and welcome to my Create Studio Pro review. Now, in this Create Studio Pro review, I'll talk about the brand new update that Create Studio Pro has brought in, which is the Lightning Builder, which is a done-for-you collection of templates that you can readily edit to produce pixel-like 3D animated videos in just few seconds, even if you have zero expertise in video creation. So with that being said, if that sounds interesting to you, then please stick on with me till the end of this Create Studio Pro review. And before we proceed any further with this Create Studio Pro review, I want you to know what Create Studio Pro is in a nutshell if you are hearing this for the first time. So in a nutshell, Create Studio goes ahead and produce pixel-like 3D character animated videos with different actions to the characters. Plus, it goes ahead and creates doodle sketch videos, which you can upload on your YouTube, VSLs, or any promotional videos. In the latest update, they have also got you covered with images, videos, text, and even characters, which you can now actually define path, right? As you can see on screen, and then it would follow the path to create a doodle sketch for it, right? Now, it doesn't stop here. You can also use the camera angle, that is the zoom and the pan, to leverage a camera action. And with this, you can create dialogues, you can create cinematography and whatnot. The best part over here is that Create Studio allows you unlimited video rendering right up on the front end as well with 4K renders. Apart from that, it also has got you covered with different effects and animations. There are different effects that are there on text and typography so that you can produce those kinetic text animations. And then it can also create some incredible effects with all of these stuffs together. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, then please stick on with me till the end of this Create Studio Pro review. So that being said, that is what Create Studio Pro is in a nutshell, but there is a detailed review of Create Studio Pro right in the description below, and there are some tutorials as well, which I'll link in the description below. If you want to know further about Create Studio Pro, you can feel free to dive through them. But that being said, today's video is actually based on the latest update that Create Studio Pro has brought in, which can change the game around in a few clicks, right? Now, what is it? You can just head over to this new project over here, click on that, and in here, as you can see, this is the Lightning Builder that I'm talking about. You can always go ahead and create it from scratch. I have got you covered with those tutorials in the description below, so I'm not going to elongate this video by going that far. Now, I've already got those covered in a different set of tutorials, which I've linked below, so if you want to take a look at that, you can do that. But this video, as I've already told you multiple times, is based on the latest update of Create Studio Pro. Now, this is the Lightning Builder, so if we click on that, you get three options. That is, you can create your vertical videos or your horizontal videos or even square videos for your Instagram post as well. With that being said, we are going to check out the standard version. So if we click on that, you can see it actually gives us different kinds. Now, let me actually go through them quickly. Now, this is character animation videos that you can have, which can have a character-laden story where a character would go through the story, right? So that is the kind of video that it has. The next one is a user interface, which gives you more closer appeal to the user interface kind of videos that you can create with it. The next one is YouTube related, like the end screens, the subscription call outs and all of that, right? Intros, outros. The next one that they have is video ads. Again, these can be used for different promotional ads of different products that you might have. Then there's the doodle, which can help you to create sketch videos. Then there's modern, which is kind of the modern cinematography type templates, right? Then there's real estate, again for real estate. Then there is beep. Now this is a pattern interrupting kind of video that you can create with this, right? Then you have this logo stings, right? This is the logo opener, and you have the retro collection, all of these. Now, if we actually go inside of any of them, say for example, this one, if we go inside of this, you can see we have all of these, right? So in here, we have the subcategories, as you can see. So in here, you can see the subcategories that we have, like the all, then there's the opener, then there's a content, problem, solution, benefit, call to action. So you can actually use these slides in sequence to create a storyline, right? So the first can be our opener. So if we click on that, you can see we have three kind of openers available. Now, these are all done for you. You don't need to break a sweat to actually incorporate any of them, right? So all that we need to do, say, for example, I want to do it on an office, or I can do it on a tablet. So let us use this office scene. So I'm going to click on add scene. And as you can see on the top, the scene has been added, right? The next one I want to do is a content. So let's go for content. And in here, there are different content related slides. Now, these are already meant for you, right? So you can just go ahead and select any of them. Now, since I had selected Jack, so I will select Jack over here, and let's add this one to the scene, right? Then we'll go ahead and choose the problem. Now, there is this problem that we have. Now, there we can actually edit it and write whatever problem that we want to emphasize, right? So click on add scene. Then we'll go over to solutions. And in here, there are different kind of solutions that are available. So we can actually go ahead and add the scenes. We can take a preview of how it looks like. So this one looks good. So let's add this. Then we can go ahead and add a benefits. Again, there are done for you benefit slides that are again done for you, right? So let's add this. And at last, we can also add a call to action as well. But what I want you to see is that, that being said, we can also go ahead and add a call to action, but I'm not doing that. So let's go to the editor with these selected scenes. Just click on editor. And in here, you can choose the music style. So let it be cinematic. We can also skip this if we want to. That is, if we don't want a background music, we can skip it as well. Now, as you can see, the slides have been created. And if we see on the timeline over here, you can see this is the music. This is our first slide, second slide, third slide. So it has also created the timeline for us. So the storyline would be something like this, right? So we can actually then go ahead and edit this storyline. Say, for example, on the first slide, we want to introduce the character. So instead of Jack, let the name be Cheyenne, right? Just for an example. Then if we play this, we can see here, meet Cheyenne. So that is done, right? Now, if we go back to the timeline, we are going to actually edit the second slide. So in here, we just need to actually go ahead to the slide. So let's go to the timeline editor. Here you are. And in here, this is the second scene that is on computer. So we can double click on this. And whenever we double click on a scene, it actually opens up all the elements that it has, right? So here you can see it has Jack, then it has screen, and then it has the office. So we don't want anything changes on the screen or on Jack, right? We want the change on the screen. That is, we want these writings to be changed, right? So we will actually go inside of screen, double click on that. And in here, you can find the text, right? So if we go ahead, you can see there are the two texts that we have. There are, in fact, three texts that we have. So we are going to actually change the first text. So in here, we are going to go ahead and double click on this, and we are going to add our text. So let it be like Cheyenne is a 7-figure marketer and a video marketing expert, right? Then we would go over to the next text that we have. So in here, we are going to have the second line of text. So we can just go ahead and edit this one as well. So he uses cutting edge tools and tricks. And then we are going to go over to the third line. Like he reveals one of his secret tools now, right? And then if we go ahead, we can see there are no more text, right? So we have edited all of them. So we'll go back to the main timeline. So now if we play this from the start, let's take a preview. So you can see it happens quite amazingly, right? Now there is the problem. So we can actually go ahead and actually edit this again the way that I have shown you. I'm not going to show this repeatedly. It's very easy. Again, double click on this. Go ahead and here you can find the text, right? This is the unfortunately he had. So I can leave it as it is, and then I can select the problem over here and I can replace it with the problem that we wish to address, right? That is our product solves the problem. And then in here, we can again edit this. We can add our logos. So if we double click on this over here, we can just go ahead over here and replace it with our own logo, whatever we have, right? We can actually change the text and do anything and everything we wish to. So that is how easy it is. Now, if we actually want to, we can go ahead and add a voice recording on it. We can audio record it using our microphone from here, right inside of this app. Or if we want, we can also use the text-to-speech engine that they have to actually give it a voiceover without the need of recording my own voice. So that's how complete this tool is. You are never going to leave the tool. You can do everything from within this tool itself. Now, with that being said, the templates are there to give you a quick start, but they aren't there to limit you, right? What I want to say is that you can go ahead and actually edit this in anything. If you want to add anything, you can just go over to the studio. Then you can go over to this characters. And in here, say, for example, I want to add this character over here, Traveler. I can just drag him over here and he would be added to the scene. So if we wish to actually enhance the scene by adding different characters, different elements, different transitions, whatever we wish to, we can do that, right? There's no limitation whatsoever, right? And then once we are done with it, we can just go ahead with the publish, and in here we can publish it in up to 4K resolution. So that was it regarding this latest update that Create Studio Pro has brought about, which is the Lightning Builder, and I really hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Now, video creation is even more simpler. It was simple with Create Studio Pro, but it has gone even more simpler with it now. With that being said, if you really wish to pick up Create Studio Pro at a one-time price, then why not via my link? Because if you go via my link, you are going to get it from the official Create Studio site, and also you are going to get it at the lowest price. With that being said, to check out the pricing and to check out my bonuses, all that you need to do is go down on the description link of this video, click the link to my bonus page, which should take you to my bonus page. That should again look like this, and in here, if you scroll down, you are going to find any and every features that Create Studio has, all the FAQs, and then you are going to find all of my bonuses. Now, my bonuses are related to video marketing, graphics, and different funnel builder, page builder, all of that is included on my bonuses. Now there are over 200 plus softwares that you can get. So all that I wish to tell you is just go down on the description link of this video, click the link to my bonus page, head over to my bonus page and check for yourself how premium my bonuses are. And once you are happy with it, you can just come over and click on any of these red buttons. That will actually take you over to the official Create Studio Pro sales page, which should look like this, and which should take you over to the official Create Studio Pro sales page. That should look like this. And in here, as you can see, it has a rating of 4.8 on Trustpilot and a rating of 4.8 on Capterra. And it has been there since 2020, and it has been updated and upgraded for you at one-time price. So that's an amazing, amazing tool to have, right? With that being said, you can go through the sales page at your own time, whatever you feel like, you can go through it, right? And once you are happy with it, you can click on any of these buy now buttons, which would actually give you two options to buy Create Studio Pro for yourself. Now, the standard version is a one-time payout. That is a lifetime offer that you can avail at $67. And this is everything that I have shown. So you are going to get all of that. But if you look for the all access pass, now let me just go back to Create Studio. If we actually go over to this templates over here, you can see there are plenty of done for you templates. Now, this is something that you are going to get if you are in the all access pass, right? Not the lightning builder. You are going to get the lightning builder even in the standard edition, right? Now, this is something different. These are templates which are done for you. Plus, on top of that, you are going to get all characters, all backgrounds, all stuffs, everything. Now, every month, characters are added into Create Studio. So you are going to get all of them for free, of course, if you are into this all access pass. Now, normally the all access pass costs you $37 a month, but now they have a promotion going on wherein they are providing it at $199 a year, which is around $16 a month. And that's a great choice to have. If you are into video marketing, then you should consider getting it. However, if you're looking to start off with the Create Studio standard one, then also, however, if you are creative enough and if you don't want the templates and additional characters, you can go ahead with the standard version as well. In the standard version as well, there are templates, there are characters, there are everything, but there are limited number of those, right? On the all access pass, everything becomes unlimited. However, on the Create Studio standard, you can actually go ahead and render unlimited videos. There is no limits in terms of rendering, right? So with that being said, it brings me to an end of this Create Studio Pro latest update review. And just to add on, if you do purchase via my link in order to get my bonuses, you can just send us the purchase receipt on our email ID and we will provide you the bonuses right inside your inbox. With that being said, we'll meet again pretty soon somewhere over the internet. Until then, please take care of yourself and your families, and don't forget to keep making money online. Signing off is Shan from NK Academy. Take care. Bye-bye.